Hello students, welcome to the video tutorial for class 12th of informatics practices. Today we'll be discussing the fourth part of the chapter plotting with pyplot1. So let's begin. Changing width of the bars in a bar chart. Now in previous video tutorials we have studied how to create the means plot the bar chart. So now we have to discuss if we want to change the width of the bars in a bar chart. Okay, since the bar chart consists of different blocks of bars. Okay, so what if we want to change each individual bar's width? So we'll study here. By default, bar chart draws bars with equal widths and having a default width of 0.8 units on a bar chart. Okay, so what was happening earlier that we was not giving any width to the bar chart, but since it is having a default width of 0.8 units, so it was taking this default width only and it was plotting the bar graph. Okay, but we can change the default width of all bars, as well as we can specify each bar with a different width too. Okay, that means if we want to change the default width, we have to specify the particular width, that how much width is to be given to the particular bars. Now this can be with each individual bars also. Okay, suppose for the first bar you want the width as 0.5, for the second bar you want the width as 0.3, and respectively for all the bars you are given a particular width that will be taken for the overall bar graph, and it will be represented according to the respective widths. Okay, now let's see an example here. Import matplotlib.pyplot.spl. Import matplotlib is used for plotting the graphs, as we have discussed many times earlier. Okay, without this library no graph functions can be initialized. Okay, here pl is the alias name of pyplot function. Okay, CTY is equals to Delhi, Mumbai, Bangalore, Chennai. PAT is equals to 5000, 12,000, 3400, 1200. PL dot bar CTY comma PAT. What we have done here is we have passed this city and patient data inside this PL dot bar. Okay. Now this bar function will create a bar chart using these values CTY and PAT, where CTY is on the x-axis and PAT is on the y-axis. Okay, and pl.x label is representing the cities. That means on the x-axis labeling will be done for the cities, for y-axis pl.y label patients, so on y-axis label will be patients. And then if we are going to write pl.show, let's see what was the output earlier, this one. Okay, so as we have discussed in the previous video tutorial also, it is the same example. Now you can see for each particular city, Delhi, Mumbai, Bangalore and Chennai, the width of the bar is equal. Okay, and why it is equal? Because we have not given any particular width for each individual bars, so it is taking the default width of 0.8 units for each individual city. Okay, now as we have discussed that we can change the default widths, let's see what we can do here. We have to replace this line. Okay, pl dot bar cty comma pat, and we will write something like this: pl dot bar cty comma pat comma width is equals to 0.6 comma 0.8 comma 0.5 comma 0.4. Okay, so see, four values were there in this city column. Okay, that is Delhi, Mumbai, Bangalore and Chennai. So for each particular city we have given rows of the width. Okay, now for Delhi it will take the width as 0.6, for Mumbai it will take 0.8, for Bangalore it will take 0.5, and for Chennai it will take 0.4. Okay, so you have to be very careful with this thing, that whatever the width you are giving, it should match the size of the particular columns on the x-axis. Okay, since here in city we are having four cities, so width has been given for all the four cities. Okay, if the shape was not matching, then it will create an error, shape mismatch error. Okay, So you have to be very careful with this, that how many elements are there in this city, and you have to give that particular cities, each particular city you have to give this width. Okay. And suppose if you wanted the width to be changed for all the bar chart, all the bars, and it has to be equal for all of them. For example, the default width was 0.8 units for all the bars. Now if you wanted the width of each bar to be 0.4, okay, 0.4 for all the bars, are getting it? So for that we have to just specify width is equals to 0.4. So for all the bars the width will be taken 0.4. But the example here which we have mentioned is for giving width of each individual bar. Okay. Now let's see what will the output of this. See, here Delhi, Mumbai, Bangalore and Chennai are still there. The cities are still same. What it has changed? The width of the bars have changed. Now since we gave the highest width to Mumbai, so Mumbai is having the highest width here, and then for Delhi the width is comparatively low, and respectively Bangalore and Chennai's width are there. Since we have given the width as 0.6, 0.8, 0.5, 0.4, so that variation of the width can be seen in the graph as well. Okay. So in this way you can change the width of the bars. Now let's move further. Changing colors of the bars in a bar chart. Now see, the example which we are having right now, this is having similar color for all the bars. Okay, earlier the width of the bars were also same and the colors of the bar was also same. Now we have changed the width, as we have seen in the previous slide, that how we have done that. But here you can see the width is changed but the color is still the same. Now what if you wanted all the bars to have different color? Okay, so we need to see this only, that how we can specify each bar with a different color. Let's see an example here. Still import matplotlib.pyplot is used. Okay, city is the same, patients are same, pl.bar cty comma pat comma width, again whatever the width we are given in the previous slide, that only we are using. Now extra argument is used here, that is color. Color is equals to r orange g. Since r is for red and g is for green, and since orange we are not having any short form, so we have used orange as a whole. Okay. Now, for Delhi, the color is to be red. For Mumbai, the color has to be red. For Bangalore, the color has to be orange, and for Chennai, the color has to be green. Okay, as you can see a sample data here. Right now, there are different zones here. You must have heard in the newspapers also and in the news also that cities have been divided in the of form of these zones, that red zone, blue zone, red zone, green zone, orange zone. Okay, so accordingly, just for an sake of example, we have also taken the colors like that, that Delhi and Mumbai are to be taken in the red zone, Bangalore has to be in the orange zone, and Chennai is in green zone. So how we can show this with the help of these colors, that only we have shown in this example. Okay, this code is for that only. And again, pl.x label is for cities and pl.y label is for patient, and pl.show represents the graph on the output. Now let's see what is going to be the output for this. See, Delhi, Mumbai, Bangalore, Chennai, these are the city names. Width has been the similar as we have used in the previous slide, or you can see the above one. Here also the width is the same. Okay, only the difference is that the colors have been changed and the color has been given accordingly with the each bar of this bar graph. Okay, so for Delhi color is given red, for Mumbai the color is given red, for Bangalore the color is given as orange, and for Chennai the color is given as green. Okay, now let's move further. Creating multiple bar charts. Okay, now how can we create multiple bar charts? For creating multiple bar charts on same graph, we need to use two bar functions. Okay, so in some previous video tutorials you would have seen that we were plotting this scatter charts. Okay, or we were plotting the line charts, and we have plotted that sin x graph and cos x graph on the same graph. Okay, it is similar to this. Here we are not having the line charts, here we are having the bar charts. Now how can we create multiple bar charts? That is the question. Okay, so for creating multiple bar charts on the same graph, two bar functions are to be used and one for each graph. Okay, so the first bar function will be representing the first graph and the second bar function will represent the second graph, and since these are both have to be used in one place, so these codes have to be written in one program only. Okay, also we need to give the width range for the second graph so as to shift it from the previous graph. Now the thing is that when you are going to plot these bars, okay, these bars can overlap to each other. Okay, so that will be a problem for us. What we need now is to have a shift between these graphs. Okay, so whatever the graph is plotted for the first one, the second one has to be shifted a bit so that first and second both graphs can be visible. So there should be no hindrance on the previous visualization of the graphs. Okay, now let's see how we'll do this. Here we are having an example that import matplotlib.pyplot as pl, import numpy as np, x is equals to np.arange 0 comma 4, a is equals to np.arange 2 comma 9 comma 2. Okay, now you know this why we are using this arrange function. Arrange is used for giving the sequential values to the array. So the values will be 0, 1, 2 and 3. Okay, and a is equals to np dot arrange 2 comma 9 comma 2. So it will start from 2 and the step has been given 2. So we have to skip one value. So it will be 2, then 4, then 6, then 8. Okay, and then b is equals to 2 into a. That means you have to get the double of the values in a. So b will store what? 2 into 2 is equals to 4, 4 into 2 is equals to 8, 6 into 2 is equals to 12 and 8 into 2 is equals to 16. So let's see, pl dot bar x comma a comma width is equals to 0.35, pl dot bar x plus 0.5 comma b comma width is equals to 0.35 and pl dot show. Now see, if you are seeing these lines carefully, the first bar function is being used with the help of x comma a comma width is equals to 0.35. So the graph has been plotted for x and a and the width is given 0.35. But for the second bar function, we have written x plus 0.5. This is indicating the shift in the graph. Okay, so it doesn't overlap with the previous graph and it will be shifted by 0.5 on the x-axis. Okay, and p has to be not shifted because the values can be shown on different vertical axis. That is not a problem here, and width is equals to 0.35 for this also. Okay, and pl dot show is being used here. Now let's see what will be the output for this. See, we have got two graphs on the same graph. Okay, now here the color blue is being used for the first bar function. Okay, and color orange is being used for the second bar function. Now you must be thinking why it has created two default colors. And you don't have to be in a problem with this. If you want to give the different colors as per your demand, you can change the color also, as we have used in the previous example, by giving color argument. Color is equals to blue, color is equals to red, whatever you want. Okay, but if you're not giving any color argument, it will just specify it by a default colors. Okay, and since it has plotted two graphs, and to show the difference between these two graphs, it has by default created two different colors and it has plotted the graphs accordingly. Okay, but if you want to change the colors of the graph or the colors of the bar, you can easily change it, okay, by giving the color argument. Now let's move further. Next topic is anatomy of a chart. Anatomy, as we have discussed earlier, that anatomy means parts, okay, or the functional units. Now, this anatomy of a chart means functional units of a chart, that whatever the things are present inside a chart, okay, that are to be considered in the anatomy of a chart. Now, different things are there. First thing is the figure. Okay, which is not mentioned here. First of all, you need to listen it carefully. What are the different anatomies? First is the figure itself. What is the figure? So by default, Python plots every chart into an area that is known as the figure. Okay, as you can see here also we are having a figure which is plotted on a particular area. Okay, so it will be considered under figure. A figure contains other elements of the plot in it. Okay, so you can see in this particular area there are different functional components we can see. Now, first is the axis. Axis, you know that x-axis and y-axis are combinedly known as axis. Okay, the plural form of axis. Next thing is tick marks. Okay, tick marks means whatever the markings are there on the x-axis and y-axis are known as tick marks. Like on x-axis, the markings are Delhi, Mumbai, Bangalore, and Chennai. And for y-axis, the markings are 2000, 4000, 6000, 8000, 10,000, and 12,000. Okay, so it has been shown accordingly. That is not a problem for us. So that is x ticks and y ticks for each axis. Okay, for if you want to give markings on the x-axis by of your means that markings are already there by default also, but if you want to keep the markings of your own choice, then you used to give this tick marks. Okay, for example here Delhi, Mumbai, Bangalore, and Chennai was not mentioned by itself, you have mentioned it. Okay, but if you will not mention it, it will take a default marker and it will mark it. Okay, so these x ticks and y ticks are used for giving the specific marking of your own choice. Okay, also title is there. Title, you can see here it is mentioned COVID-19 patient chart. So title is just for giving the information that what this chart is about. Okay, and next is the legends. The legends are for identifying the different colors of the data set points which are being used for the plot. Okay, and it can be shown on the corner of the plot. Okay, so it can be easily identified that which color is being for what purpose. Okay, now see here already we have mentioned some legend, title bars, and labels, and now we are showing you the pointings of these labels. See, each data point has been, sorry, each functional components of the anatomy has been shown, that this is the legend, this is the title, this is the bars. Okay, these are labels, and certainly there are figure also, there are x ticks and y ticks also, but these things can also be represented on this graph. But already we have taken an overview that what can be the anatomy of a chart. Now let's move further. Customizing the plot. That means customizing, as you know, that whatever the needs are there of the particular user or the programmer, and he can customize it according to his need. Okay, so by default the programmings will create a bar chart or a line chart or any particular chart. Okay, but if you want to change the default positioning of the chart, the labeling of the chart, the title of the chart, and that is known as the customizing. That means you are customizing the default settings of the charts and you are giving your own settings there. Okay, so let's see what are the customizing things which we can do in the plot and how to do it. See, for example, considering previous example, if the patient count has increased by 10% in all cities, and we need to plot two graphs on same graph by comparing old patient count with the new count. Okay. Now here what we are taking an example, that suppose the cities were the same, the patient count was earlier given with some values, and now if after a certain amount of time the rise in patient has taken and a 10% rise has been seen in observed in all over the cities. Okay, so let's see how we can plot these two graphs on the same graph. Okay, this is a situation example. Okay, let's see. This is the code here. Import matplotlib.pyplot as pl, import numpy as np, x is equals to np dot a range 0 comma 4. Okay, since x is a float values here, or the means integer values here, you cannot add any list values in that. Also, if any list is there, you cannot add any number in that. So already we know these things, that number is to be added with a number, list is to be added with a list. But a number certainly cannot be added with a string or a list. Okay, so that is the problem here which you will see. Just right now see the codes. CTY is equals to Delhi, Mumbai, Bangalore and Chennai. PAT is the same for the old one, and ARY is equals to np.array PAT. What we have done is we have converted this patient list in the form of an array by using this array function np.array PAT. We have passed inside this array, and now ARY is equals to ARY plus ARY into 0.1. This line ARY is equals to ARY plus ARY into 0.1 is being used for increasing these values by 10%. As you know that if we multiply it by 0.1 and add it with the previous value, it will create a 10% increase in the values. It is very easy. Okay, so that only we have written ARY is equals to ARY plus ARY into 0.1. Okay, PL dot bar x minus 0.2 comma PAT comma color is equals to B, width is equals to 0.4, label is equals to old count, PL dot bar x plus 0.2 ARY, color is equals to R, width is equals to 0.4 and label is equals to new count. See different terms are mentioned here which you might be seeing and you would be confused that why it is being used here. So let's see why these things are used. First is this one, okay, label, which you have introduced now. Label, that means you have to give particular color, and that for that purpose we are using this label as old count. Okay, when we'll be using the legend in the chart, we'll be using this label. Okay, so don't worry about this why we have used it will be just getting clear with the example. Okay, don't worry for that. Moving further, here we are having pl dot x text x comma cty. X comma cty is representing the x ticks. That means x ticks was the values on the x-axis, the markings on the x-axis. So right now we are having x as np.airing 0 comma 4. So in x the values are 0 1 2 3. Okay, the markings will be 0 1 2 3, but we don't want the markings to be 0 1 2 3 on the x-axis. What we want the marking to be is Delhi, Mumbai, Bangalore and Chennai. So what we need to do? We need to replace this x by these values of cty. That's why we are writing x comma cty. That means whatever the things are there in x has to be replaced by cty. So whatever the things are there in x like 0 1 2 3 will be respectively changed with the help of cty. 0 1 2 3. Okay, pl.x label is cities, pl.y label is patient, pl.title COVID-19 patient chart. Okay, now this pl.title COVID-19 patient chart is symbolizing the COVID-19 patient charts heading. Okay, for the title, and pl.show is there. Now if you are going to plot this bar graph, we will see this output. Okay, here you can see all the details are mentioned. COVID-19 patient chart title is there. See, labels are also there. Okay, and legend has been shown. That means the blue color was representing the old count and the red color is representing the new count. And since we told that it was a 10% increase in the patient count, so you can see obviously that red color bars are a bit higher in y-axis as compared to the blue color bars. That means the old one is also representing and the red bars are also being represented here. That means we are showing the old patient count and the new patient count in the same graph. Okay, and the values have been represented accordingly. Okay, so I think it might be clear to you. The legends are shown already, blue color and red color, and patient is given on the y-axis and cities are given on the x-axis. So I think that's enough for today. We'll meet in the next video lecture. In the next video lecture, we'll be starting from the next chapter. Okay, so that's it for today, students. Thank you.